Amber Lynn Reed, a name that elicits reactions of irritation, disbelief, and outright disdain. Yet she remains a figure who draws an audience with magnetic force. Today, I want to have a small dive into a seemingly contradictory phenomenon. Why, despite openly expressing hatred for her, do we continue to flock to her content and use it as a springboard? She's rarely funny, she's barely relatable, and she goes out of her way to be unlikable. So why do we engage so deeply with someone we claim to detest? Firstly, the concept of the lolcow plays heavily into it. Lolcows are individuals who publicly embarrass themselves and engage in consistently objectionable behaviour. Amber Lynn and others like her offer a form of entertainment rooted in what can only be described as the spectacle of chaos. It's precisely her repeated patterns of mistakes, contradictions, and perceived absurdities that draw viewers in. Watching her is like observing a reality show that never ends, and it's perpetually self-destructive, the so bad I can't look away factor. It's an easy comparison, multiple side characters, orchestrated storylines. It's that compelling dynamic that keeps bringing us back, no matter how low she sinks. She also provides something valuable beyond mere shock value, at least for me, a sense of superiority and validation, possibly misplaced. As humans, we have an innate tendency to enjoy criticizing others, and Amber, due to her repeated self-sabotage and constant contradictions, makes herself an exceptionally easy and satisfying target for criticism. Humans possess an inherent need to reassure themselves of their own comparative stability and morality. Watching Amber Lynn make one questionable decision after another allows us to momentarily feel better about our own shortcomings and inadequacies. Her continuous failures and excuses act as affirmations of our own choices and create a somewhat addictive cycle of judgment and reassurance. And then comes the echo chamber effect, the most intriguing aspect of this phenomenon. Reaction channels, commentary creators, and even casual viewers have built a community around shared disdain, generating discussions, debates, and even in-depth analyses. Over time, this collective engagement has become self-sustaining. This community has grown larger than Amber Lynn herself, and created a whole network that thrives independently, fueling continuous interest and participation long after her actions have ceased to surprise or shock. For some, reacting to Amber Lynn isn't merely about her anymore. It's about interacting with fellow audience members who share and reinforce these opinions. But why continue engaging when it feels like everything about Amber Lynn has already been said? Humans thrive on repetition and familiarity, particularly when it's combined with novelty, no matter how slight. Amber Lynn's life, despite its cyclical nature, always promises something slightly different, an unexpected twist or a new low, however minor. This intermittent reinforcement keeps audiences coming back and hoping for something even more dramatic, more revealing, or just more absurd than what we've already seen. Ultimately, her appeal isn't about admiration or genuine entertainment. It's a complex psychological cocktail of superiority, validation, communal bonding, and that irresistible allure of chaos. Even her most serious misconduct, the abuse, the gaslighting, it just intensifies viewers' engagement, not because we approve, but because it provides a moral urgency and an emotional investment that heightens the collective dialogue. Engaging with Amber isn't about her actions, and more about what she symbolizes, a predictable and endlessly intriguing narrative. Her content is engaging precisely because it's so problematic. It's interesting that so many viewers choose to avoid directly supporting her at all and consume her content through reaction channels or YouTube alternatives. And still, despite our claims to hate her, we remain fascinated, trapped willingly in an ongoing loop of watching, reacting, and perpetuating her existence. So what's the point? Perhaps it's simply our relentless desire for validation and the perpetual cycle of commentary. Or perhaps it's just human nature to criticize and pick apart those who offer their bad behaviors so blatantly. After all, it's fun, isn't it? The reaction channels are a goldmine, and their reactions make her existence tolerable. Just about. Ultimately, though Amber might seem significant, somewhat fascinating, and invested in maintaining attention, she is just another internet lolcow. When her time passes and she inevitably departs, for whatever reason, there'll be 10 more just like her ready to fill the void she leaves behind. She's not the first of her kind, and she won't be the last.